This changes everything for the Grizzlies as one writer talks about who to develop and who to give up when it comes to their young talent. Barring any lunacy, Jalen Wells and Zach Edey are looking to be selected as NBA All-Rookie first teamers, but how does the future look for everybody else? We'll talk about that in just a moment, but hello everybody. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Grizzlies Digest. Jared Alator coming your way with everything Grizzlies news. If you find yourself here at Grizzlies Digest, we've realized that a huge chunk of you, 89% of you, are not subscribed to the channel, and you do watch these videos. You need to hit that subscribe button down below. It literally takes a second, so you never miss another upload from us, because we got a lot of content coming your way. We got Giannis content, and now we got this. 5 young players the Grizzlies must develop to close the gap in the West. Once again by Paris Sharkey of the Grizzlies fan-sided page. He adds the Grizzlies have a collection of young talent that showed ample potential this season. And he's talking about guys like Gigi, Cam, Jalen Wells, Zach Edey, Scottie Pippen Jr., who absolutely boomed this season and who's going to be a really valuable piece for the future. Now, nothing against Paris Sharkey whatsoever. He's a great writer. But going into the Giannis situation of how, if the Grizzlies are able to flirt their way into a Giannis trade, I don't know if this is a thing. Because in our last video, we just talked about the mock trade proposal about Jalen Wells and Zach Edey and Gigi Jackson and a bunch of other picks having to go if the Bucks want Giannis Antetokounmpo. And AJ Green, of course. You can don't forget AJ Green, of course. But if it doesn't happen, I think that this is very possible to develop young talent. Now, it's been in the blood of Memphis to develop young talent. They've done very well in the draft, obviously with Wells and Edey. They can attest to that. But does Zach Kleiman think of developing the young talent, continuing to do that into a long-term project, or is he a win-now guy? His language following the season ender, excuse me, pardon me, don't know what that was, but following the season ender to Oklahoma City in the first round of the playoffs, Zach Kleiman talks about how we're not there yet. Well, even though I know it's cliche, but they may just be one Giannis Antetokounmpo away from having a golden shot of competing for an NBA championship. But if not, if they don't go the Giannis route, this article right here talks about how the young players for the Grizzlies should step up and how they should step up. So let's get into it. Zach Edey and Jalen Wells will likely make NBA All-Rookie first team, barring a surprise. You know, I was a little bit more harsh about it. I called it pure lunacy if they don't, because they played their rear ends off this season and they deserve that. As they spent the majority of the season as top 5 rookies in the league, Wells excelled as a 3-and-D role as a wing, and Edey got better throughout the season in a rebounding role as a bruising center. Yeah, and we talked about that before, about how it was a drastic difference. Don't want to go after Taylor Jenkins at all. You know, what he developed was great, but you could tell that if you were to continue along with Zach Edey, I don't know what would have happened. You know, Edey looked a lot more dominant, a lot more volume, better defense, better energy under Tuomas Iisalo. So, much respect to Taylor Jenkins, but I think that Tuomas's big win, I know he only coached in about 15 games for the Grizzlies this last season for Memphis, but if you were to get a dub in any particular project, I think it'd be the Zach Edey project, and Tuomas has done a very, very good job of that. So, Edey and Wells. Now it goes into Scottie Pippen Jr. As the backup point guard, he started 21 games in Ja's absence, averaged 14.2 points, 5.7 assists, and 4.5 rebounds. That momentum carried into the playoffs as he started with Morant and Jalen Wells' absence and tied for the team lead in points per game with 18.3. Gigi Jackson had a bit of a sophomore slump as he struggled to get acclimated into a new role, the opposite of what he experienced during his impressive rookie campaign last season. However, he is the youngest player on the roster at 20 years old, so trying to give him some grace here, but skill set of a player that could become the team's featured wing scorer if they can be patient with his development. He also goes into Cam Spencer and how he had that remarkable game against Phoenix, how he's shown how he can be a valuable young piece shooting-wise for Memphis, which is exactly what they need. They need more consistent shooting. Luke Kennard kind of fell apart in the last month of the season, and they need defense. And I think Wells is going to take a huge step up in the right direction. Zach Edey, same with him. And Sharkey even talks about how Cam Spencer could be the replacement for Luke Kennard, actually. So it kind of fits in, kind of blends in. So Kennard's got a bit of a chip on his shoulder right now. And that is if the Grizzlies do decide to keep him, because there are lots of questions moving forward. And fans, I'm sure they have mixed opinions about Kennard themselves. Obviously, with the more recent not being a very positive reaction of him. But he is one of the more consistent shooters in the league, and I know that he can light it up pretty much any night he can. But he just could not get going, and it really affected his minutes going forward. But Cam Spencer could be someone to be on the watch as Luke Kennard's potential replacement. But that's going to do it for us here at Grizzlies Digest. Jared Alator saying thank you so much for watching the video. If you did like this video, you can like this video, comment on this video, share this video, leave a comment down below on which young core you'd want to keep and why. Leave a comment on that down below. We'll see you in the next video. Jared Alator for Grizzlies Digest. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss another update from us. And, of course, peace.